on here and I'm trying to get all my tech figured out. That's why we're a little late today, but let's see if I can get it sorted here. Dang it. Well, next time I'm gonna have to figure out how to actually include Instagram in this, because again, couldn't quite figure that out. But I know I'm coming to you from Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Hey everybody, this is Ross Loofborough. Just wanted to come at you again here just for a short live. I wanted to unpack today a real tool for our minds when life feels like an endless checklist of tasks. So if you have an ADHD brain, you know what it feels like when it just is overwhelming, right? There's all the things you need to do, and your ADHD brain likes to tell you that somehow you'll be able to get all of it done in one day, which our ADHD brains are always big time optimists. And it's always disappointing when we recognize that we can never finish as many tasks and projects and things as we would like to do and pack in and fit into one day. But let's tackle this topic, because I know that mindfulness it's a hot topic. It's something that maybe you've tried, or maybe you haven't tried because you're like, there's no way I could actually have the patience to do that. But you know, when I think about the midst of everything that's going on in my world, you know, I've gone all in on my coaching business this past month and being 100% focused on my business and having that ultimate freedom of planning my time and deciding what that looks like. There were moments that I honestly could feel like there were a lot of moments that felt endlessly just tedious and kind of just boring and monotonous and repetitive, right? Tasks that I had to do that I didn't really want to do. And that's where I have found that mindfulness really shines, because it helps turn those moments where I'm faced with tasks that I've been avoiding, I've been procrastinating on, tasks I'm not really looking forward to diving into. I'd rather put it off to another day. And mindfulness helps me turn those moments into opportunities for growth and into opportunities for me to make progress in my own productivity mastery. So, what exactly is mindfulness meditation? Well, really, it's a practice that allows us to focus on our current experience. Allows you to focus on what's happening in the here and now without judgment, without beating yourself up, without thinking about all the things that you haven't done or all those big stressors and commitments you have coming up, but instead just focusing on what's happening right here. How do you feel right in this moment, in the chair you're sitting on, in the place where you're standing? It's focusing on that instead of getting swept up into our judging mind, right? Where we're judging ourselves and we're judging everything else. Instead of getting swept up into thoughts about, I love thinking about the future, right? But forcing your brain to not think about the future and to think about the here and now. And when we stay anchored in the now, we really help our executive functioning of our brain to come online. So let's talk about the science. For those of us who are used to our brains zipping from one idea to another, which ADHDers, this is a daily fact. This is a daily way of life for us. Research actually suggests that mindfulness can actually change our entire brain chemistry. So what does this mean for us if you have an ADHD brain? This means improvements in attention span, impulse control, and yes, even that fascinating state of hyperfocus, where we get so absorbed in a task that time just flies by, right? Hours can pass, and it feels like no time has passed at all. And up until recent years, studies have been building up this compelling case for these changes happening in our brain. And the fact that these changes are particularly beneficial for those of us with an ADHD brain neurochemistry. But it's not just about hyperfocus. We're also looking at a broader range of benefits. For instance, enhancing, like I said, our executive functions. So you've heard about executive functions, but you're like, what is that again? The executive function part of our brain, this is where all those really handy skills like organizing your thoughts, like planning ahead, like managing time, all of that happens in the executive function portion of your brain. So imagine having a better handle on these things, right? Being able to better manage your time so you can get the appropriate, most important things done in a day. Instead of thinking you can get everything done and then being disappointed and frustrated that once again, your ADHD brain let you down, right? Imagine being able to think about all the things that you have coming up this week, but being able to organize your thoughts in a way that doesn't make you feel crazy, but makes you feel calm, collected, and confident that you can take things one step at a time and make progress towards your bigger goals. I know for me, before I started practicing mindfulness, how my days usually went is I often spent most of my time just feeling super scattered, thinking about all the things that I had to get done and not really knowing how I was going to be able to do it, right? Just kind of like flying by the seat of my pants and hoping things would happen. And often things didn't really happen according to plan. And it would often result in me letting myself down or letting others down that I really care about. So imagine having a better handle on these things, right? Big deal. So how do you make this work in your life? That's the big question. Because mindfulness, right? If it was that easy, why is everyone not doing it? Well, first of all, to see the effects of mindfulness, it takes consistency. And consistency can be this double-edged sword for ADHDers. Right? On the one hand, we really relish with the right amount of structure. Not too much structure that makes us feel like we're a caged animal and we just want to like sprint across the savannah, but enough structure to where we understand the boundaries of the space that we have to work with. And that's one of the things that mindfulness really like provides. Oh, sorry, I got my thoughts all twisted up. So we were talking about how do you integrate this into your life? So that's one of the keys for mindfulness is consistency. Without consistency, it can certainly help you slow down. It can absolutely support you in calming yourself, in giving your mind just a moment to reset, a moment to take a breath. Absolutely. But if you want to see the tangible benefits of, oh my gosh, I don't feel as crazy. I don't feel as stressed and scattered. Normally when this happens, normally when I have all these things that I'm trying to focus on, I would just start to freak out and stress. But when you do mindfulness, you start to notice that, whoa, how am I so calm? How am I so collected? That's what it does for you. And it's easier than you think. You can start with just 1 minute a day. Yeah, 1 minute. Now listen, for us with ADHD, we often have this all or nothing mindset, right? We can think 1 minute, what the heck, man? Everything tells me I should do it for like 15, 20 minutes. Start with 1 minute. Give yourself a quick and easy win. And a single minute will absolutely make a difference as you stack those wins day after day. And pretty soon, it'll be like 1 minute. I could do 5 minutes. I could do 10 minutes. It's about building a habit slowly. Slowly but surely. Slowly might not be fun. It might not be as exciting as all at once, but it will allow you to get the change, to get those changes that you really seek, those changes in your brain. It will give you those big rewards in the long haul. So I want you to try something. So a lot of people will tell me, oh yeah, mindfulness, like I can't do that. Like, I'm not even a reader. I certainly can't do mindfulness. Like it's too boring for my brain. Well, try this. So this is something I learned recently. If you just take your fingertips and you just sit down with wherever you are right now, just touch your fingertips together. Just one, 2 fingers on each hand, touch them together like this, and just think about those fingertips. Rub them together. Do this for about a minute. And obviously, you wouldn't have me talking at you while you're doing this, but rub them together and pay like crazy attention to the sensation that you're feeling on your fingertips. Pay attention to the temperature of your skin. Pay attention to the grooves and the ridges of your fingertips. Right? Move them together really slowly. Pretend that you're like an archaeologist and you're like fascinated with your fingertips. Right? Have that level of like interest and curiosity. And do that for a minute. Just thinking about your fingertips. Right? And if your mind goes off thinking about something else, that's okay. Don't shame yourself. Just bring your mind back to thinking about your fingertips as you're rubbing them together. And if you do that for 1 minute, that is mindfulness. That's mindfulness meditation. And when you do that, you can start getting better at adding more time. And you can start building in other things that you pay attention to, right? Like sometimes it might be touching something else. Like maybe it's just touching the armchair that you're sitting on, right? And feeling the material, right? And really paying attention to it. And when you do these practices day over day, and ideally multiple times a day, right? If you did that for 1 minute, how many times a day could you do that, right? When you just, gosh, I feel crazy. I just need to give myself a moment. Try that. Try rubbing your fingertips together. And what it's going to do over time is it's going to build your self-command muscle. You're going to start growing the muscle in your brain that allows you to choose the way that you respond to anything that comes at you in life. Someone says something to you that quite frankly was like it was offensive, right? Like you're angry about it. As you build this self-command muscle, you'll be able to choose the way you like to respond instead of responding poorly and later recognizing, oh gosh, I could have responded this way. I got to go talk to that person and, pave that over. Your self-command muscle allows you to choose the way you respond to anything that hits you in life. The stressors, right? The frustrations, the overwhelm, the huge projects. That self-command muscle starts to allow yourself to be the captain of your ship instead of feeling like you're hanging on for dear life, which maybe that's exciting for a minute, not exciting day after day. So just a couple things I wanted to share today for you to just start trying to give yourself the gift of taking a moment of rest. Give your brain the gift of building that self-command muscle, increasing the strength of your executive functioning part of your brain, right? Get better at managing your time. Get better at planning your life. Get better at organizing your thoughts. That's what practicing mindfulness meditation and building that muscle of self-command will do for you. You deserve that. So, fingertips together. Try doing it right after this video for 1 minute. Focus on that. And even when your thoughts veer off to something else, don't shame yourself. Just come right back to rubbing those fingertips together and being fascinated with what that feels like. The temperature, the grooves, the edges of your fingers. Oh, I've been biting my fingernails. Oh, no, I haven't been biting my fingernails as much lately. Whatever comes to mind. And do that for a minute and then start stacking those wins. If you'd like more tips on ADHD, how do you get the most out of an ADHD brain? How do you harness this knowledge, the potential, the talents? Let me tell you, I want to give you a gift. Head to my webpage, rosslufborough.com. You can also get there by going to heroicadhd.com and grab my Harness Your ADHD Potential Roadmap. You'll see it right as you get to the page. You just drop your email in there. It'll allow me just to stay connected with you. I'm not going to blow you up. I'm just going to send you valuable content that anyone that's interested in this topic of ADHD and living your best life, I know that you'll really appreciate being connected and allowing me to just keep you updated on everything I have coming out. So check that out. Head to my webpage, grab that free resource, Harness Your ADHD Potential Roadmap that I have for you. It's a front and back PDF. I think you're really gonna like it. I think it's gonna spark some things for you. All right. So I'll say goodbye for now, but only until next time. Start exploring mindfulness today. And whether it's in your daily commute or it's right before bed, like I promise there's space for mindfulness meditation in your life. Keep chasing that mental clarity that you desire and you deserve. And it is available. It's something you can have. All right. Talk soon, friends. See ya.